Imagine this. You finally snag your dream luxury car. The dealer hands over the keys, the warranty clock ticks down, and the moment that coverage expires, an ugly dashboard light blinks on. One faulty sensor becomes a $1,600 invoice. A turbo seals itself to the manifold? That's $3,000, if you catch it early. It's the nightmare every prestige car owner whispers about, but not every badge is booby-trapped. 8 machines laugh at 6-figure odometers, shrug off 10-year birthdays, and still deliver the comfort, swagger, and guts every enthusiast craves. Stick around to the very end because number 1 is so over-engineered that Lexus quietly killed it off. Owners kept theirs too long for new models to sell. Ready? Let's save your wallet.
R8 BMW 440i.
B58, the turbo Toyota trusts. BMW horror stories usually start at the rear main seal and end at a melted credit card. The F32 440i rewrites that script. Its 3-liter B58 straight 6 is the very engine Toyota cherry-picked for the new Supra, a public vote of confidence in Munich metallurgy. Owners push bone stock blocks past 500 wheel horsepower with nothing more exotic than an ECU flash and upgraded spark plugs. Forums are littered with 200k mile logs showing nothing worse than a water pump and a coil pack or two. Yes, a few early high-pressure fuel pump recalls happened, and direct injection carbon buildup will eventually demand a walnut blast. But compared with the N54's grenade-grade turbos or the N63's oil-drinking V8s, those fixes are pocket change. Better still, depreciation hit hard. You can snag a well-maintained 440i for Honda Accord money while enjoying a growling, silk-smooth power band and ZF's 8-speed masterpiece of a gearbox. If you want a coupe that drives like a shark and budgets like a Corolla, start here. Of course, maybe you prefer your forced induction attached to a bulletproof supercharger. Number 7, Audi S4, Bronc B8, Bronc B8.5. The sleeper supercharged sedan. Audi's engineer roster must have sworn a blood oath when they built the B8 S4. Gone were the oil-burning 2.0 Ts and the temper-prone twin-turbo V6s. In their place, a 3-liter Eaton-blown V6 that cranks out 335 horsepower and hums well past 250,000 miles with factory internals intact. Its secret sauce? Cooler running temps, stout iron liners, and timing chains tucked at the back but rarely stretching. Typical headaches, a sticky thermostat, $400 all in, and mechatronic jitters in early S-tronic dual clutches, easily prevented with fluid service every 40,000 miles. Otherwise, it's gas, oil, tires, repeat. Current rumor says the next-gen S4 will swap the tried-and-true supercharger for a mild hybrid turbo with enough sensors to terrify your mechanic. Translation, the B8 is the sweet spot between analog feel and modern speed. Solid, stealthy, snowproof. But what if you crave a midsize that feels milled from billet steel? Number 6, Mercedes-Benz E-Class W212, the last tank-grade Merc. Before Mercedes went touchscreen crazy, it built the W212, a sedan that can soak up Autobahn abuse on Monday and taxi duty in Kigali on Tuesday. Choose the naturally aspirated 3.5-liter M276 V6 or the diesel torque OM642, and 300,000-mile life expectancy is conservative. Taxis in Europe cross 500,000. Steer clear of 2010 and early 2011 units. Timing chain stretch and flaky transmission software still lurked, but anything post-facelift borders on unbreakable. Even the subframe rust recall is a non-issue once upgraded steel brackets are installed. Inside, you'll find real buttons you can press with gloves, seats that survive kids and curry takeout, and suspension bushings that don't implore a remortgage when they wear. Need an executive cruiser immune to catastrophe? Here's your vault on wheels. Still, maybe SUV practicality is calling, and Stuttgart's rival city has an answer that's both nimble and notoriously durable. Number 5, Porsche Macan 2015 to 2020, the SUV that eats track days for lunch. Performance SUV usually means fast until the warranty ends. The Macan breaks that curse, Porsche's 2.9-liter twin-turbo V6 teams up with the legendary PDK dual clutch, all forged rods, beefy bearings, and oil cooler acreage for days. Water pump failures pop up around 90K, and early transfer case clutches can shudder, but both fixes combined still cost less than one control arm job on a Range Rover. Owners flog Mac ends at track day double headers, drive home, and commute Monday without a hiccup. Service intervals feel almost pedestrian. Oil every 10K, plugs at 40K, a PDK flush at 60K. That's it. The best part? Mac on resale defies gravity. Drive it for 3 years, sell it, and you'll swear someone paid you to rent a Porsche. Thrilling, yes. Yet some families will happily swap Nürburgring Cormering for bulletproof practicality, and that's Acura's lane. For Acura MDX 3rd generation. Honda engineering in a silk suit. Slide behind an MDX wheel, and it just feels honest. No turbo trickery, just Honda's decades-honed J35 V6, spinning a calm 6,500 RPM redline. Timing belt kits cost less than a single AMG spark plug change, and 250,000-mile odometers are more common than door dings. True, the early 9-speed transmission shifted like they wanted to bang every year twice. A 2022 software flash smoothed that out. Infotainment can lag, and the auto stop-start annoys owners enough to unplug fuse number 23. But the drivetrain? Bulletproof. Every oil analysis on forums comes back, barely broken in. Depreciation plateaus after year 7, meaning you can buy road trip for a decade and sell with minimal loss. Dependable? Yes. Yet off-road wanderers crave something tougher, something that still wears a Lexus badge but thinks it's sipping diesel in the Serengeti. Number 3, Lexus GX 460, Land Cruiser DNA in a tux. Body on frame, live rear axle, locking center diff, this SUV's resume reads like an overlanding blog. Under the hood purrs the 1UR FV8, a naturally aspirated iron block masterpiece built to tow a small mountain. GXs smash through 400,000 miles in Australian mining fleets. US grocery duty barely counts as exercise. Downsides, the EPA rating, 16 combined when you're gentle, 12 when you're late for soccer practice, and the infotainment looks like a Wii menu, yet reliability stats border on comical. More than 11% of owners keep their GX past 15 years, the highest of any luxury SUV segment. That's loyalty built on trust, not branding. Still, perhaps you'd rather trade ride height for low-slung thrills. Bring on the sports car icon that defined daily drivable exotic. Number 2, Porsche 911, 997, and 991. The everyday exotic. Supercars scare people. Valve guide failures, 10 grand clutch jobs, dealership labor rates that start with a 4. The 997 and 991 911 flipped that script. Porsche banished the IMS bearing boogeyman for good with the 997.2. Hardened cylinder liners and refined oiling. Meanwhile, the PDK dual clutch breezes past 200K with fluid changes you can book at a competent indie shop. What does go wrong? Direct injection carbon buildup if you short shift every day. Get it walnut blasted once at 80K and you're golden. Rear main seal sweats, leave a drip tray. Everything else feels hewn from granite. Steering joints, window regulators, even seat bolsters somehow outlast fashion trends. It's why resale charts look like black diamond ski slopes. Values drop fast for 24 months, flatten, then bounce. Drivers trust the 911 to commute, carve canyons, and survive track days. Iconic? Absolutely. Mortal? Barely. Yet the final car below rewrites the luxury equation entirely. Less supercar, more immortality on 4 wheels. Number 1, Lexus GS 350 2013 to 2020. The car you'll put in your will. The 2GR FKS V6 is Toyota's love letter to engineers who hate warranty claims. Direct injection ports plus old school port injection keep valves clean. A timing chain means 0 belt services. Forged rods shrug at high rev stress. Inside, the 8-speed Aisin gearbox feels creamy yet outlives some CVTs twice over. What breaks? Suspension bushings after 150,000 miles and the mousepad infotainment controller when you mash it like a video game joystick. That's pretty much it. Lexus axed the GS in 2020, insiders whisper, because it stole repeat buyers from pricier ES and LS models. Owners just kept them too long. Today, clean GS 350s appreciate 2 to 4 grand per year, a 401k you can heel toe. If reliability is the new luxury, this is the king who abdicated so nothing could dethrone him.